or some wigs.
Hey guys, how's it going? I know, it's been a while. For me, anyway. As of this recording, I will probably have just uploaded my Galvatron Kingdom review. Link in the description if you want to check it out. But that's not why we're here today. We're not here to talk about Galvatron. See, today we are here in regards to the Transformers Classic Optimus Prime. The Leader class? No. Voyager class. Box pictured right here. Just so you can take a look at it. It's got a whole lot of flair from the time that it was at. You can flip out a little thing here to show the robot mode, as it does come in the vehicle mode. But you know, you got some product shots here. You got some things showing that the wind vane becomes an ion blaster, the smokestacks become a laser cannon. To me, it looks a little more like a shotgun, but hey, that's just me. You have a vehicle mode here that much more resembles less of Optimus's classic truck alt, and honestly, in my mind, a little closer to Galvatron from Age of Extinction. As an aside, hey, if you if you like Galvatron's design from Age of Extinction, you could potentially use this mold to make a fun little custom of that character. But that's not why we're here today. You also get some shots of other... Oops. You also get some shots of other characters from the line. Megatron in a sort of Nerf gun alt mode. Starscream in something a little more classic. Rodimus, Bumblebee, and Astro Chain. To those of you that may not know, the Transformers Classic line is something that released from November 2006 to July 2007. The idea with the Classics line was to do something new with these old characters' G1 designs, but to make them look a little more modern. In the case of Megatron, they gave him this, we'll say, futuristic gun alt mode to sort of harken back to his original design. Whereas Optimus, they gave him a look that very, very much resembles how he looked in the original cartoon, but doing something a little different. Now, I've heard plenty of complaints about this figure, specifically in the robot mode, what with the kibble and whatnot, but honestly, the kibble doesn't really bother me all that much. Yeah, sure, you got these big, sort of unwieldy things here that are obviously the doors and the front headlights, but truth be told, you can just kind of pretend they're shields, you know? It looks really cool, in my opinion, anyway. And yeah, sure, you got that bumper there, and of course you have the wind vane, but wind vane's not really much of a problem because, obviously, pops right off. And everything here really compresses very nicely, especially with the bumper piece here. It just folds right under. As I stated earlier, too, the wind vane and the smokestacks both become weapons. In true Transformers fashion, all you have to do is, well, transform them. Fold down this portion, like so. Fold that out. Fold out the barrel, and there you have it. Very, very cool take on the Ion Blaster, and you can store it on the vehicle mode. And all you have to do is just plug it in one of his hands, and there you go. To get the gun from the smokestacks, all you have to do is flip out these portions, go in, flip out these panels like so, clip it all together, and just place it in one of his hands. The posability on this guy is pretty good. You get a decent range of motion out of the head, the arms, and the legs. You even get a rotation at the chest and at the waist. But you don't get any wrist movement or ankle tilt like the War for Cybertron stuff. The transformation is pretty solid too. Nice, quick, clean, and very fun and satisfying. The figure does a very, very nice job of hiding everything from the robot mode. And truth be told, if you didn't know any better, you wouldn't know any better. Plus, I love this little rub sign here. Give it a little rub, and it reveals that you got an Autobot here. Plus, compared to other versions of G1 Optimus, I think it scales pretty well. And here he is with Earthrise Optimus in robot mode. we're not just here for Classics Optimus. We're also here for the Fans Project TFX06 Parallax armor. For those of you that don't know what this is, it's an upgrade for the Classics version of Optimus Prime. You get a nice little view on the back of what the armor entails and what the finished product will look like roughly. You get some nice little art. Get some nice little art on the top of a line art of the character as well as TFX Parallax. Got some stuff on the bottom and more art. More art. That's pretty much it. Let's take a look at the box's contents. You get wheels to put over these. You also get these hand sections. These just sort of peg into there using a peg right here. You also get a different crotch piece, which goes over there. You get this sort of top of the truck cab. It comes like this, but these are really a pair of guns and the chest piece, as evidenced by the head just sort of peeking out at you right there. "Hello, I'm Optimus Prime," he says. To take these apart, you just sort of... You're going to kind of want to go down here, take these sections. It's going to feel kind of stressful, but you want to kind of... there you go. Just kind of pull them apart. Be very careful, though. And that leaves you with this section. For now, we'll leave them like that. I think you kind of see what's going to happen here, though. A pair of shoulder pieces. You can put these on in one of two ways. You can either take out these screws here and screw these pieces in using this peg hole and that hole there if you want this to be a little more permanent. You can also just kind of peg it in, but it's hard to get out after. So for the sake of the video, we're just gonna screw it right in, but we'll get to that in a bit. You also get a pair of leg armor portion. In addition, you get a new back bumper grill. You get new doors to put onto these. And lastly, a pair of guns. These go right onto the shoulder pads. So let's get on with the upgrade. It's not really a perfect place to start, but we'll start at the feet. You're going to want to take these portions, get your fingernail in there, pull that out, fold that out, do the same on the other side. Next, we're going to take Optimus here, fold down his feet, just going to kind of slide this into place. And just repeat on the other side. You'll be left with something like this. Next, we're going to do his hands. Now, the way these hands are supposed to work is, as I said, they peg into here. Problem is, there's something that gets in the way there that you'll be noticing might be missing. It's the hand. This hand specifically. Now, in order for this piece to fit, you have to take this hand off. So you have to actually unscrew this portion. Now, of course, I'm kind of cheating because we already did this one, as you can see. I just sort of close it up there, and there you go. But for the sake of the video, we're going to at least do one. So you want to take this, move this portion out of the way. Want to take our handy dandy screwdriver here. You definitely want to make sure you get something that's closer to the size of the head of these screws because you don't want to strip it. And if you don't know what you're doing, get some help. But it's pretty simple. You just kind of... There we go. Just like that. Now, you can see before, I did say, don't strip the screw head. Mine is unfortunately a little stripped. So, if we can't get it out... There is a little trick to this so that you don't have to strip it. You can always get a rubber band or something like that so that this will catch a little better on the sides. Either that or a balloon, and that way you can just sort of unscrew that without doing damage to the head of the screw. But for now, we'll just take that out just like that. Definitely don't want to lose that screw. Now this part's not too bad. You want to take this hand off, right? Literally all you do, just take this, pop it off just like that. And now comes the fun part. Just put this piece back on. I'm going to take the screws, put them right in there. I like to hand tighten them a little bit first, just so that they catch. And just kind of, when you have the screw head in there, just give it a nice little, you know, not too much, but give it a little sort of twist. Just to make sure you get in there good and everything's nice and tight. With that out of the way, we're going to take the other hand. We're going to make sure this is all good. We're just going to kind of peg it into place. Here we have our hands. Next, we'll do the crotch piece. This one's pretty simple. You just sort of peg it on just like that. It just sort of clips right into place. Next, we'll do our little door shields. These just sort of clip right on over the originals, so we're just going to kind of clip it into place. Rinse and repeat on the other side. Now we're going to do the fun part. We're going to do the shoulders. Same thing. Take our trusty Phillips head. You definitely don't want to lose these, because these are important. We take shoulder pad, just sort of peg it into place just like so. Screw in, tighten it back up. And again, just a nice little turn just to make sure it's good. Now you can close that right up. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. The last little bits of this should be relatively easy. You want to take out that portion of the bumper like so. And this portion, we just want to clip it. It's a little tricky, but it should just, there we go, clip right on like that. Now, we want to move this portion down. See, the only thing about this section is that you want to kind of have this like that. So the head's not really going to sit flush here. Not 100%, but that's okay. What we're going to do, we're going to take this portion here. We're going to just sort of clip it right on. And there you go. If you have some patience, you can get that portion here to sit on nice and flush. And you know what? That's looking pretty good. I've heard a lot of people compare this to Power Master Prime. Let's get a good look at that so far. Looking pretty nice, right? We're not done though. Not yet. There's also these portions. Now, according to the directions, what we do here for these is you have these little pegs on the back of the shoulders here, and you have these little clips. So you want to just kind of clip that into place just like that, and it's supposed to sit something like that, so that you can kind of make it look like it's shooting. But I think it's actually supposed to be on the other one, like that. Something like this. So we'll do the same on the other side. It doesn't seem to want to sit super flush. Curious if we can play with it a little bit. But that's still not everything. You take these portions here, flip out the barrel, flip that around, flip this around, flip that out, flip that in, so that it kind of looks like a scope, and kind of just peg them into the hand like so. You get some nice little laser cannons there that he can wield. And lastly, there's the wheel. You can just take them, just clip them right on, just like that. Those are meant to sort of make them sit a little more flush with the bumper there. And that's pretty much everything that there is to this guy. What can I say other than I love it? Now, the hands really aren't perfect. The way that these blasters are held is with that, so you can't really get much of anything else into those hands. They'll kind of sit, but we can take our Energon axe and sort of fit that in there just like that. And you know what? That's not bad. I'm liking the way that looks. Posability is about the same on this guy, and he can be a little hindered with his outward movement on the shoulder because of these, but if you move him out, you can get about that much. And truth be told, it's not all that or this. It's also these little smokestack guns. You also get movement at the hand now, thanks to this upgrade. The thumb can move out about that far and in about that far. And the fingers can open and close. Movement's about the same at the knees. With this upgrade, he's a pretty tall boy. If you go right up to the smokestacks, he's about 9.5 inches. Kingdom Optimus Primal, Earthrise Optimus Prime, Generations Selects Super Megatron, Kingdom Galvatron, and lastly, Armada Tidal Wave. This guy practically comes up to his shoulder. Now, you may not be sold on this because of with everything going on, it's very similar to a lot of other Optimus Prime upgrades where you have to snap a lot of the armor pieces into place just to even get him to look this good. So you might be thinking, why would I want to bother with an upgrade like this if I have to take everything off to transform him? Spoiler alert, you don't have to take anything off to transform him. Now, it's basically just a larger version of the original figure's transformation. But to start off, take the guns here, turn them to their original state, like so. And just do the same thing on the other side so that you have these. And they just kind of go together like that. Take these things right off the back. We'll need them for later. Move back here. Now, if pieces fall off during transformation, it doesn't necessarily matter. Case in point, like that. We'll come back to that in a little bit, but we're basically just going to be leaving it like that anyway. So for now, just because it'll make our life easier, I'm going to take that off. Okay, now then, let's get through this quick because we're already looking at a very long video. Move down here, compress the feet in like so, and leave that as is for now. I'm going to go up to the head. We're going to kind of move this up, put the head so it's in like that. Rotate these bits around, fold those in, just like that, so that you're left kind of with something like this. The only thing I don't like about it is that this is exposed, but hey, whatever, right? Next, this piece is definitely going to come off during transformation, so just for now, take it off, put it to the side. Rotate this whole section around. Take this section, move it around like so. Open that up, open this up, spin this around, and get it in just like that. I really do like this, but man, some serious clearance issues. Do the same on the other side. Next, take those hand portions. Make sure you have the right ones for each side. Clip that in. Flip this around, adjust the hand, fold the thumb in, and fold this section down so it sort of fills in that gap. Same thing on the other side. Next, let's get that bumper section back in, like so. There's a couple tabs here on each side, and a couple ports. There and there. Right above my finger and thumb. And you just clip it into place, like so. Now, we're going to take this portion here and just kind of put it into place. It's kind of a pain, truth be told. It's probably easier to put it in one piece at a time, like so. While it's not 100% the same transformation, it can still kind of be a pain. So any bit of fighting I don't have to do, I'd rather not have to do. Next, we're going to do the legs. You're going to want to take these portions, fold them out like so. Flip these down, fold up the legs, like so. Make sure it's all clipped into place correctly, like so. Take the wheels, flip them around. Okay, I'm dumb, and turns out I didn't actually record a segment talking about the vehicle mode, so I'm going to say this quick about it. I like the vehicle mode, I like the way it looks, but I have to be honest, I'm probably not going to be transforming it very often. It's difficult, there's a lot of clearance issues, and it's just stressful. Half the time I'm worried that I'm going to snap a piece, and thankfully I got this upgrade kit on sale, so if I break a piece, I don't have to worry about paying too much, but that's not the same with other people. A lot of people bought this when it first came out, and it costed way more than just $15. And with that, that's going to just about do it. So, hey, what'd you think of this guy? This is definitely not going to be for everyone. With the work involved that has to go into taking off the hands, screwing these pieces in, it's not going to be for everyone. Especially with the fact that these hands don't really have the best connection point, given that the thing that these connect into is meant for smokestacks here and those itty bitty pegs. Admittedly, it's not a great excuse because this sits actually pretty tightly. And with that, that's going to just about do it today. I'm definitely going to try to have less of a hiatus next time. Hopefully that won't happen again. If you like this, please be sure to give me a like and a subscription if you want to see more content just like this. If you want to get this upgrade in question, I heavily recommend to go check out the Parallax armor on the Big Bad Toy Story. Big Bad Toy Story. I definitely recommend you check out this upgrade on the Big Bad Toy Store. Link in the description. Mind you, I'm not really being paid by these guys. I just really like how this came out. So if you have a Classics Optimus and you're looking to just kind of spice the look of it up, do yourself a favor, pick this guy up. And if you don't have the Classics Optimus, go look on eBay. And with that, internet, you stay classy. Peace out.